Imagine standing alone in a graveyard as the wind howls across the marshes. A cold hand clamps over your mouth. A voice growls, "Keep still, you little devil, or I'll cut your throat." That single terrifying moment changed a poor orphan boy's life forever and turned him into a gentleman who would lose everything he thought he wanted. This is not just a story. This is Great Expectations. And once you step inside Miss Havisham's frozen world, you may never want to leave. Picture this: young Pip, a scrawny orphan boy of about 7, with messy brown hair that constantly falls into his wide, inquisitive hazel eyes, freckles across his pale cheeks, and a determined little chin, stands shivering among the graves of his dead parents and 5 little brothers. The river mists curl around his threadbare jacket and patched trousers like ghostly fingers. Suddenly, a terrifying figure rises from behind a tombstone. Abel Magwitch, a burly escaped convict with a shaved head scarred from old fights, wild bushy eyebrows shadowing dark, desperate eyes, a tangled beard matted with mud, and filthy convict rags clinging to his massive iron-muscled frame. Chains still dangle from his ankles, clanking like death bells. He grabs Pip by the throat, demands food and a file to cut his chains, and threatens to have a young man eat the boy's heart if he refuses. Pip runs home terrified, but something in those wild eyes stays with him. He steals a pork pie and a file from his harsh sister and kind blacksmith brother-in-law. Joe Gargery, a gentle giant with kind blue eyes, broad soot-smudged shoulders, and an honest, simple face. Pip delivers them in the dead of night. Magwitch devours the food like a starving wolf, then vanishes into the marshes. Pip thinks that's the end. Years later, Pip, now a teenager with the same messy brown hair and inquisitive hazel eyes, but taller and carrying the weight of his sister as death, is taken to the strangest house in England. Saddest house, imagine it. A decaying brick mansion choked by ivy, windows boarded like blind eyes, and inside, time itself has died. Every clock is stopped at 20 minutes to 9. Dust lies thick as snow, and in the middle of a dimly lit room sits Miss Havisham, a skeletal old woman in a once white wedding dress, now yellowed and rotting, her veil half torn and trailing like a shroud. One satin slipper is on her foot, the other lies forgotten on the floor. Her gray hair is wild, her sunken eyes burn with ancient rage, and her pale, corpse-like face is frozen in eternal heartbreak. Beside her stands Estella, a breathtakingly beautiful young woman with porcelain skin that seems to glow in the gloom, piercing ice-blue eyes that can freeze your soul, cascading auburn hair pinned in elegant curls, and lips curled in a mocking smile. She wears the finest silks that hug her graceful, haughty figure like armor. Miss Havisham commands Estella to break his heart, and Estella does, with every cold glance and cruel word. Pip falls hopelessly in love. Pip thought his fairy godmother was Miss Havisham. He was wrong, dead wrong, because the real benefactor was someone he thought he'd never see again. And when that truth crashes down, everything he believes will shatter. Who is really paying for Pip's dreams? Keep watching. A mysterious lawyer named Jaggers arrives with life-changing news. Pip has great expectations. A secret benefactor is making him a gentleman. Pip, now our same young man with messy brown hair tamed under a top hat and inquisitive hazel eyes, sparkling with ambition, leaves the marshes behind and races to London. He lives in luxurious rooms with his kind friend Herbert Pocket, learns to fence and dance, and dresses like a true gentleman. But something feels hollow. Estella still toys with him, now even more beautiful and cruel. Pip spends money he doesn't understand, ashamed of his old friend Joe when the honest blacksmith visits. One stormy night, a rough older man forces his way into Pip's elegant rooms. Same shaved head now graying, same wild dark eyes, same massive scarred hands, but richer clothes. It's Abel Magwitch, the convict from the graveyard. He reveals the truth with a terrifying grin. He is the benefactor. Every pound, every gentleman's suit, every dream, paid for by a criminal who risked his life to make the boy who showed him kindness a gentleman. Pip's world implodes. The money is tainted. Estella was never meant for him. Miss Havisham's revenge plot was separate. And worst of all, the law is closing in on Magwitch. Pip must choose: abandon the man who gave him everything, or risk his own neck to save him. Dickens weaves magic here. Miss Havisham's stopped clocks and rotting wedding cake scream that the past can trap you forever if you let it. Estella is literally named after a star, cold, distant, and impossible to hold. The marshes and chains represent the past that never lets go. And great expectations? They're the lie that money and class can make you happy. Pip's motive is love and escape. Miss Havisham wants revenge on all men through her Ice Queen daughter. Magwitch? Pure gratitude and redemption. He wants to create the gentleman he could never be. In the end, true gentility isn't in your clothes or your accent, it's in your heart. So there you have it. The boy from the graveyard who chased impossible dreams, only to discover that the greatest expectations are the ones we place on ourselves, and the truest wealth is kindness. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another classic brought to life. Drop a comment. Who shocked you more, Miss Havisham or Magwitch? And check out my other videos on Jane Eyre and the picture of Dorian Gray. The links are right below. Thanks for watching. Now go chase your own great expectations. See you in the next chapter.